Hey Capricorn, I need to share something with you today that honestly gave me chills when the cards started revealing it. I was sitting here doing this reading, and the energy that came through was so intense, so raw, so vulnerable that I had to pause for a moment. This is about someone in your life, someone who genuinely loves you, and what they have been waiting for, what they have been hoping for, and honestly, what they have been too afraid to tell you directly. The universe is pulling back the curtain on emotions that have been hidden, on feelings that have been carefully guarded, and on a truth that is about to shift everything in your connection with this person. So get comfortable, because we are going deep into this reading, and I promise you, by the end of this, things are going to make so much more sense about certain behaviors, certain patterns, and certain moments that maybe confused you before. Before we dive into the cards, I just want to set the intention here. This reading is not about creating drama or making you feel pressured. This is about giving you clarity, giving you insight into what is happening beneath the surface in a connection that matters. Someone loves you, Capricorn. They genuinely do. And the cards are about to show us exactly what they have been waiting for, what they hope will happen, and what is holding them back from expressing everything they feel. The energy here is cautious, but deep. It is protective, but vulnerable. It is hopeful, but scared. And honestly, that combination tells me so much already about who this person is and how they feel about you. All right, so the first card that came out in this reading is the Tower. And I have to tell you, when I saw this card appear, I understood immediately why this person has been so hesitant, so careful, so calculated in how they approach their feelings for you. The Tower represents a complete transformation, a fundamental shift in how someone sees their reality. And for this person, meeting you or deepening their connection with you has been exactly that kind of earth-shattering experience. They are not dealing with a casual crush or a surface-level attraction. This is someone whose entire world, whose entire understanding of what love could be, what connection could feel like, has been turned upside down because of you. Before you came into their life, or before things shifted between you two, they had certain beliefs, certain walls, certain ideas about how relationships should work and what they were willing to risk. But you shattered all of that, Capricorn. You walked into their life or into their awareness, and suddenly everything they thought they knew became questionable. The Tower energy here is showing me that this person has been going through an internal revolution. They have been deconstructing old patterns, old fears, old protective mechanisms, because something about you makes them want to be different, want to risk differently, want to love differently. What they are waiting for is the courage to rebuild, to stand in this new reality where they admit how much you mean to them, where they stop hiding behind casual interactions or friendly facades and actually show you the depth of what they feel. This is not a small thing for them. This is them facing their biggest fear, which is vulnerability, which is being seen completely, which is risking everything they have carefully protected for so long. The Tower tells me they know that if they express their true feelings, there is no going back. They cannot unsay it, they cannot retreat back into safety, they cannot pretend it did not happen. So what they are waiting for is that moment of absolute certainty, that moment where the fear of not telling you becomes greater than the fear of telling you, that moment where they realize that staying silent is actually more painful than risking rejection. Moving to the next card, we have the Eight of Cups. And this is where the reading gets even more revealing about what this person has been processing internally. The Eight of Cups represents walking away from something that no longer serves you, leaving behind what is familiar but unsatisfying, and having the courage to seek something deeper, something more meaningful, something that actually fills your soul. This person who loves you has been on a journey, Capricorn. They have been in situations before, relationships before, connections before, that looked good on the surface but felt empty inside. They have experienced the kind of love that checks all the practical boxes, but does not ignite anything real, does not create that sense of coming home, does not make them feel truly seen and understood. And here is what is beautiful, and also what makes this so intense for them. They recognize in you, in what you offer, in the energy between you, something completely different from anything they have experienced before. You represent the real thing to them. You represent the kind of connection that actually matters, that actually transforms, that actually makes life feel worth living. But here is the challenge shown in this Eight of Cups energy. Walking away from the familiar, even when it is not fulfilling, is terrifying. Stepping into the unknown, even when it promises something better, requires massive courage. This person has been standing at a crossroads, and what they are waiting for is the inner strength to fully commit to pursuing what they truly want, which is a genuine, deep, transformative connection with you, rather than settling for surface-level interactions or keeping things safe and undefined. They are waiting for themselves to be brave enough to leave behind the comfort of emotional distance, to stop protecting themselves through half measures and casual engagement, and to actually step fully into the possibility of real love with you. The Eight of Cups tells me they are almost there. They are in that walking away phase from old patterns, but they need something to give them that final push, that final confirmation that you are worth the risk, that this connection is worth the vulnerability. The third card that appeared is the Three of Pentacles, and this brought such an interesting dimension to the reading because it shows me what this person is hoping for in terms of how this connection develops. The Three of Pentacles is about collaboration, about building something together, about two people bringing their unique gifts and talents and perspectives to create something greater than either could create alone. This person does not just want to confess their feelings and see what happens. They want to build with you, Capricorn. They want to create a partnership that is based on mutual respect, mutual support, mutual growth. They see in you someone who has strengths that complement theirs, someone who has wisdom they can learn from, someone who has a vision for life that inspires them. What they are waiting for is the opportunity to show you that they are not just interested in you romantically or emotionally, but that they genuinely value you as a person, as a partner, as someone they want to create a life with. The Three of Pentacles energy tells me this person has been observing you, noticing how you handle challenges, appreciating your work ethic, respecting your goals and ambitions. They are attracted to your competence, your capability, your dedication to building something meaningful in your own life. And what they hope for is that you will see them as an equal partner, someone who can contribute to your life in valuable ways, someone who can support your dreams while also sharing their own. This is not someone who wants to complete you or fix you or save you. This is someone who wants to collaborate with you, to join forces with you, to create something beautiful and lasting together. What they are waiting for is a sign from you that you would be open to that kind of partnership, that you see potential in building something together, that you value what they bring to the table. They want to feel like they have something to offer you, not just emotionally but practically, not just in terms of feelings, but in terms of actual life partnership. Now we move to the Page of Cups, and honestly, Capricorn, this card made me smile because it reveals such a sweet, tender, vulnerable side of this person. The Page of Cups is the card of new emotional beginnings, of innocent and sincere feelings, of someone who is experiencing love with a kind of wonder and openness that might surprise you given how guarded they seem. Despite all their fears, despite all their protective mechanisms, despite all their careful calculation about when and how to express their feelings, there is a part of this person that is absolutely enchanted by you. There is a part of them that feels like a young person experiencing a crush for the first time, that gets butterflies when they see you, that thinks about you at random moments throughout the day, that wants to share little things with you just to feel connected. The Page of Cups energy shows me they have been sending you signals, small gestures, little messages, subtle hints about how they feel. Maybe they share songs with you that have meaning. Maybe they remember small details you mentioned in passing. Maybe they find excuses to be around you or to start conversations. These are not calculated moves from some player trying to manipulate you. These are genuine expressions from someone who is trying to communicate their feelings in safe ways, in ways that feel manageable, in ways that do not require them to be completely exposed until they know how you feel. What this person is waiting for, what the Page of Cups reveals, is your response to these small gestures. They are watching to see if you notice, if you reciprocate, if you give any indication that you might feel something too. They are hoping that you will meet their vulnerability with some of your own, that you will give them a sign that it is safe to express more, that you will show them through your own actions or words that their feelings might be welcomed rather than rejected. The Page of Cups is so hopeful, so optimistic, so willing to believe in beautiful possibilities. And this person, despite their fears, has that hopeful part of them that believes something real could develop between you if only they can find the courage to be fully honest. The fifth card is the Queen of Cups, and this reveals something profound about how this person sees you, Capricorn, and why their feelings for you are so deep. The Queen of Cups represents emotional maturity, intuitive understanding, compassion, and the ability to hold space for others with genuine care. This person sees you as someone who has incredible emotional depth, someone who understands people, someone who has wisdom about feelings and relationships that goes beyond surface level. They are drawn to your emotional intelligence, to your capacity for empathy, to the way you seem to understand things without them having to explain. They might have experienced moments with you where you just knew what they needed, where you picked up on something they were feeling without them saying a word, where you offered support or understanding in exactly the right way. The Queen of Cups tells me that one of the things they love most about you is how emotionally available you can be, how you create safe space for vulnerability, how you do not judge or criticize, but instead offer compassion and acceptance. What they are waiting for, what they hope will happen, is that you will extend that same emotional openness and safety to their feelings for you. They hope that when they finally express the truth of how much you mean to them, you will receive it with the same kindness and understanding that you show in other areas of life. They are hoping you will not mock their vulnerability, will not minimize their feelings, will not make them feel foolish for caring so deeply. The Queen of Cups energy shows me they trust your heart. They believe you are capable of handling their emotions with care, but they are still scared because emotions this deep make anyone feel exposed. They are waiting for a moment where they feel absolutely certain that you will honor what they share, that you will treat their heart gently, even if you do not feel the same way. Card number 6 is the Two of Swords, and this explains so much about why there has been this delay, this hesitation, this period of waiting. The Two of Swords represents being stuck in indecision, being caught between two options, feeling mentally blocked or unable to move forward because the path is not clear. This person has been in their head about this situation, Capricorn. They have been overthinking, analyzing, weighing pros and cons, trying to logic their way through something that is fundamentally an emotional decision. Part of them wants to tell you everything, wants to take the risk, wants to pursue this connection fully. But another part of them is afraid, is protective, is warning them about all the things that could go wrong. They might be thinking about timing, wondering if this is the right moment, or if they should wait. They might be concerned about circumstances, about whether external factors make this complicated or risky. They might be afraid of changing the dynamic you already have, worried that expressing romantic feelings will ruin a friendship or professional relationship that they value. The Two of Swords shows me they have been at a stalemate with themselves, unable to make a definitive choice because both options, speaking up or staying silent, feel equally risky. What they are waiting for is clarity. They are waiting for some kind of sign, some kind of certainty, some kind of clear indication about what the right move is. They might be waiting for you to give them an opening, a signal that you would be receptive. They might be waiting for their own fear to subside enough that they can act. They might be waiting for external circumstances to shift in a way that makes this easier. The Two of Swords tells me that the feelings are absolutely there. The love is absolutely real, but the mental blocks and the fear of making the wrong choice have been keeping them frozen. They need to get out of their head and into their heart, need to trust their intuition rather than trying to think their way through this, need to accept that there is no perfect moment or perfect certainty, and sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith. The 7th card brings us the Emperor, And this is fascinating because it shows me another layer of what is happening internally for this person and what they are hoping will develop. The Emperor represents structure, stability, commitment, and the desire to build something solid and lasting. This person does not just want to fling with you, Capricorn. They do not want something casual or undefined or temporary. What they are waiting for, what they hope this connection will become, is something real, something committed, something that has structure and stability and future potential. The Emperor energy tells me this is someone who thinks long-term, who considers what a life together might look like, who envisions actual partnership with responsibilities and shared goals and building something meaningful. They might be the type who does not enter relationships lightly, who only pursues something when they can see real potential, who wants to know that if they invest their heart and time and energy, that it is going somewhere solid. This could also indicate that this person has responsibilities, commitments, or life circumstances that require them to be careful and intentional about relationships. They cannot just act on impulse. They need to consider how a relationship with you would work practically, logistically, in the context of their actual life. What they are waiting for is the confidence that pursuing this connection would not be chaotic or destabilizing, but would actually ADD to the structure and quality of both your lives. They want to feel like you are someone they can build with, someone who is stable and grounded enough to handle real commitment, someone who wants the same kind of lasting partnership they want. The Emperor shows me they are taking this seriously, perhaps more seriously than you even realize. And that is both why they have been so careful and why, when they do finally make their move, it will be with clear intention and genuine commitment behind it. Moving to the 8th card, we have the King of Cups and Capricorn. This card tells me so much about the emotional maturity and depth that this person brings to how they love you. The King of Cups is the master of emotions, someone who has deep feelings, but also has learned to manage them with wisdom and balance. This person is not emotionally immature or reckless. They are not someone who falls in and out of love easily or who gets swept up in temporary infatuation. The depth of feeling they have for you comes from a mature place, from someone who understands themselves, who has done emotional work, who knows what they want and why they want it. The King of Cups tells me this person has probably been through experiences that taught them about love, about heartbreak, about what matters in relationships and what does not. They have emotional wisdom. And that wisdom makes them careful, makes them intentional, makes them want to approach this situation in a way that honors both their feelings and yours. What they are waiting for is the right emotional timing, the right energetic moment where everything aligns and it feels like the mature, wise choice to express their truth. They do not want to overwhelm you or pressure you. They want to communicate in a way that is balanced, respectful, clear, and grounded. The King of Cups also shows me that they are capable of being a steady, supportive, emotionally available partner. They can handle the depth of real intimacy. They can navigate emotional challenges with maturity. They can offer you the kind of stable, consistent, deeply caring love that many people spend their whole lives looking for. What they hope for is that you will recognize and value that about them, that you will see they are not playing games or offering something shallow, but that they are bringing their whole mature emotional self to this potential connection. The 9th card is the Hermit, and this adds such an important perspective on what has been happening behind the scenes with this person. The Hermit represents introspection, soul-searching, taking time alone to understand yourself and what you truly want. This person has been in a deep, reflective period about you and about what you mean to them. They have not been casually thinking about this. They have been seriously contemplating, examining their feelings from every angle, trying to understand why you affect them so profoundly, asking themselves big questions about what they want in life and whether you fit into that vision. The Hermit shows me they have been doing solitary emotional work, processing their feelings privately, maybe journaling about you, maybe talking to a trusted friend or therapist, maybe just spending quiet time alone, really sitting with the intensity of what they feel. This introspective period has been necessary for them. They needed time to be sure, to understand themselves, to get clear on their intentions before making any moves. What they are waiting for, what the Hermit suggests they are still doing, is reaching that final point of inner clarity where they feel completely aligned with their truth and ready to bring it into the light. The Hermit eventually comes out of isolation and shares their wisdom with others. This person is almost at that point. They have done the inner work. They have gained the clarity. They have understood their feelings. Now they are preparing to emerge and share what they have discovered, to bring their truth out of the private realm and into your awareness. The Hermit tells me that when they do speak up, it will not be impulsive or half thought out. It will come from a place of deep certainty and self-knowledge. They will know exactly what they are saying and why they are saying it. The final card in this reading is Judgment. And honestly, Capricorn, this is the perfect card to complete this reading because it represents awakening, rebirth, and a moment of truth that changes everything. Judgment is about that moment when you can no longer hide from the truth, when everything comes into clarity, when you are called to step into a new chapter of your life with full awareness and full honesty. This person is approaching their judgment moment with you. They are approaching that point where they will have to make a definitive choice, where they will have to answer the call of their own heart, where they will have to step forward and declare their truth regardless of the outcome. Judgment represents the end of a cycle of uncertainty and the beginning of something new based on truth and authenticity. What this person is waiting for, what is coming, is that moment of reckoning where they finally speak up, where they finally let you know how they feel, where they finally stop hiding and start being completely real with you about the depth of their love. Judgment tells me this is going to happen. This is not a situation where they will stay silent forever. The energy is building toward a moment of revelation, a moment of honest communication, a moment where everything shifts because truth is finally spoken. What they hope for, what Judgment promises, is a rebirth of the connection between you based on honesty rather than hidden feelings, based on clear communication rather than subtle hints, based on authentic vulnerability rather than protective walls. They are hoping that when this moment comes, when they finally reveal their heart to you, it will be the beginning of something beautiful, something real, something that allows both of you to step into a new level of connection. Judgment is a powerful card of transformation and new beginnings, and it tells me that this person is ready or very nearly ready to take that leap and see what happens when truth is finally spoken. So Capricorn, let me bring all of this together for you. Someone who genuinely loves you has been going through an intense internal journey. They have had their world shaken by you. They have been walking away from old patterns that no longer serve them. They have been hoping to build something real and collaborative with you. They have these sweet, sincere feelings that make them feel vulnerable, and they see in you someone with incredible emotional depth and maturity. But they have been stuck in indecision, overthinking the situation, trying to figure out the right time and the right way to express everything they feel. They are taking this seriously because they want something committed and lasting, not something casual. They bring emotional maturity and depth to how they love you, and they have been doing deep soul searching to get clear on their feelings and intentions. And now they are approaching a moment of truth, a judgment moment where they will finally speak up and let you know what has been in their heart all along. What they are waiting for is courage, clarity, and the right moment to express their truth. What they hope for is that you will receive their vulnerability with compassion, that you will consider the potential of building something real together, that you will see the depth and sincerity of what they offer. This is someone who loves you genuinely, who is processing big emotions, and who is preparing to take a significant risk to tell you their truth. How you respond is up to you, but at least now you have clarity on what has been happening beneath the surface and what this person is working toward. Trust your intuition, pay attention to the signs and signals, and know that something significant is about to shift in this connection.